Today I'm going to show you all the best tips and tricks for movement inside of Farlight 84. If you're new, make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. This isn't a full in-depth guide to every single fundamental, but I did want to give you a guide to just some tips and tricks that can definitely help you out in your gameplay and make you a better movement player around the map on this game in general. Now, to actually contradict myself right off the bat, I'm going to just teach you the fundamentals for the jetpack really fast. Basically, the jetpack will launch you whatever way you are holding your joystick. And if you're not holding your joystick anyway, then it will just shoot you in the direction that you are facing. So if you use the up on the jump pad and you are holding your joystick to the left or to the right, you will shoot to the left or to the right. Same goes horizontal jetpack. If you're holding it back and then you shoot forward at the last second on your joystick, then you will also shoot forward with the jet. I just figured this fundamental was probably the only one that I needed to throw in here because it is a very, very huge aspect of this game's movement. Now, crouch spamming is something that is basically in every game. However, in this game it's actually very, very overpowered in gun battle, as well as just trying to get away from enemies. You will keep a semi-sprint while you're crouched, so if you kind of just spam it and also run, you can use this as a bit of a getaway, but also just kind of you can use this in gun battle and you can spam the hell out of it, and it is very overpowered. Along with crouch spam, you can also use jump spamming to your ability, and you can actually pick up a bit of momentum, not crazy momentum, but you can keep momentum throughout jump spamming in the map. And this is also a very good way to get away. I use jump spamming more than crouch spamming if I'm trying to get away from an enemy, but both are very useful and definitely just two quick tips that are good to know. They're in every battle royale, but I know in this game they're definitely more useful than in others, so they're good to know for sure. Air strafing is in this game as well, and it is very useful if you play as Sunil or if you just use the launch pads on the maps. Now basically when you launch, you will see that you can kind of just curve yourself a little bit and do a bit of a C strafe or just kind of do an S strafe, whatever kind of way that you want to move. You can maneuver in different ways in the air, and I know the way that I'm speaking about it right now is very confusing, but it's just air strafing in a nutshell. You can strafe around in the air different directions, and it's very good to actually outmaneuver enemies. Sunil also has a buff on his character, and this buff is very overpowered because it not only works for you, but it works for your entire team if they are close enough to you. I think the radius is like 50 meters or something. Could be completely wrong on that, but if they're close enough, you will also give them a buff boost, and you will move way faster than normal, and the speed boost actually lasts for a little while, so you can get way further than normal if you use this in the right instances. Say for example you're trying to catch up in zone. This is one of my favorite buffs. This is one of my favorite perks to use. It will let me catch up to the zone extremely fast. This next tip is a bit of a don't do this, do this instead tip, and it is don't mantle windows. Just use your jetpack and shoot straight through them. It will save you so much time mantling, and will also save you putting your gun away in gun battle if you're trying to get away from an enemy or something like that. You put your gun away and you also mantle, and it just takes up so much time. So I've died many times mantling windows. Just don't even bother doing it. Just use your jetpack, shoot straight through it. The launch pad, it can be Sunil's or just the random ones that are scattered around the maps, but if you use the jetpack as you are getting onto the launch pad, you will see that you shoot yourself even further than if you were to just use it normally. What I mean by this is normally you shoot yourself up a certain height, but with this you will also shoot yourself out way further than normal. And this can be useful if you're trying to get away from enemies or if you're just trying to reposition on a roof or something like that. But this is probably one of my favorite movements in the entire game. I've been trying to practice this so much, and you can use the jetpack a little bit before you get on the launch pad, or you can use it right as you are getting onto the launch pad, and it should work either way. Sometimes it will kind of glitch out and not really shoot you far at all. Hopefully they patch it and make it so that it is more polished and that this is a very overpowered movement in the coming seasons. Also, one last thing with the launch pads, if you punch as you are getting onto it, just like in Apex, you will see that you shoot yourself straight up, and if you kind of position yourself directly on top of the launch pad, you will shoot yourself up each time that you take it until it disappears. This is a small tip, but I figured since it's in Apex and it is somewhat useful there, I figured it might be useful here. So yeah, I figured you guys might like to know that. Along with Sunil, there is another very overpowered movement hero in this game, and her name is Maggie. She actually gives you a movement increase in the fact that she gives you a super short cooldown for your jetpacks. So you can use the vertical jetpack, use the horizontal jetpack, and then right away your vertical jetpack will probably be ready to use again. I honestly didn't really play as Maggie a lot, to be honest with you. I only really checked out Sunil, so when I finally gave Maggie a try, I was really shocked, and I'm definitely going to play as her more. Because you know me, I am a movement player. When I play these games, character has movement, I'm definitely going to have to use it. And Maggie definitely has some very overpowered movement buffs to her, so keep her in mind if, say, get one of your other heroes taken and you need a backup. Or if she's your main, just know she is very overpowered. The last thing here that I have for you is how to take no fall delay or fatigue, and what I mean by that is you basically, when you're falling from a certain height, will let your jetpacks off right before you're about to land on the ground, and this gives you a bit of a delay or fatigue, and to basically just kind of avoid this fatigue, use your horizontal jetpack right before you hit the ground or a few feet before you're about to touch the ground. You can also use the vertical jetpack, but the horizontal jetpack works 100% of the time. The vertical one sometimes will still give you a fatigue. Just keep that in mind. That's really all I have for this video. If you guys are new, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, like I said, because it does help me out a ton. I will be posting more Farlight 84 content here very soon on this channel, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of the day. Peace.